Bloomington is the fifth largest city, as of 2018 estimates, in the U.S. state of Minnesota. It is located in Hennepin County on the north bank of the Minnesota River. Above its confluence with the Mississippi River, Bloomington lies 10 miles south of downtown Minneapolis. As of the 2020 census, the city's population was 89,987. Bloomington was established as a post-World War II housing boom suburb connected to the urban street grid of Minneapolis and is serviced by two major freeways, Interstate 35 West and Interstate 494. Large-scale commercial development is concentrated along the Interstate 494 corridor. Besides an extensive city park system, with over 1,000 square feet of parkland per capita, Bloomington is also home to Highland Lake Park Reserve in the west and Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge in the southeast. Bloomington has more jobs per capita than either Minneapolis or St. Paul, due in part to the United States' largest enclosed shopping center, Mall of America. The headquarters of Ceridian, Donaldson Company, Health Partners, and Toro, and major operations of Pearson, General Dynamics, Seagate Technologies, Express Scripts and Wells Fargo Bank are also based in the city. The city was named after Bloomington, Illinois, in 1839. With renewed conflict with the Ojibwa Nation, Chief Cloudman relocated his band of the Madiwakantun Sioux from BDE Makaska in Minneapolis to an area named Oak Grove in southern Bloomington, close to present-day Portland Avenue. In 1843, Peter and Louisa Quinn, the first European settlers to live in Bloomington, built a cabin along the Minnesota River in this area. The government had sent them to teach farming methods to the Native Americans. Gideon Hollister Pond, a missionary, who had been following and recording the Dakota language from Cloudman's band, relocated later that year, establishing Oak Grove Mission, his log cabin. Pond and his family held church services and taught the local Dakota school subjects and farming. Passage across the Minnesota River in Bloomington came in 1849 when William Chambers and Joseph Dean opened the Bloomington Ferry. The ferry remained operational until 1889, when the Bloomington Ferry Bridge was built. Following the Treaty of Traverse des Sioux in 1851, the territory west of the Mississippi River, including Bloomington, was open to settlers. A group of pioneers settled Bloomington, including the Goodrich, Warren, and Ames families. They named the area Bloomington after the city they were from, Bloomington, Illinois, which means flowering field. Most early jobs were in farming, blacksmithing, and flour milling. The Oxborough family, who came from Canada, built a trading center on Lyndale Avenue and named it Oxborough Heat. Today, the Clover Shopping Center rests near the old trading center site and the nearby Oxborough Clinic is named after them. The Bulliff family opened a grocery and general store at what is today Penn Avenue and Old Shakopee Road, and Hector Chadwick, after moving to the settlement, opened a blacksmith shop near the Bloomington Ferry. In 1855, the first public school for all children was opened in Miss Harrison's house with the first school, Gibson House, built in 1859. On May 11, 1858, the day the state of Minnesota was admitted into the Union and officially became a state, 25 residents incorporated the town of Bloomington. By 1880, the population had grown to 820. In 1892, the first town hall was built at Penn and Old Shakopee Road. By then, the closest Dakota to Minneapolis lived at the residence of Gideon Pond. After 1900, the population surpassed 1,000 and Bloomington began to transform into a city. With rising population came conflict among citizens over social issues. Among the major issues during this period were parents' unwillingness to dissolve the individual schools for a larger, consolidated school, and the fear of mounting taxes. By 1900, there were already 6 rural schools spread throughout the territory with over 200 students enrolled in grades 1st through 8th. By 1917, the school consolidation issue had been settled. That year voters approved the consolidation of the schools, and a year later secondary education and school bus transportation began throughout the city. telephone service and automobiles appeared. From 1940 to 1960, the city's population increased to 9 times that of the population at the turn of the century. During the 1940s, the city's development vision was low-cost, low-density housing, each with its own well and septic system. The rapid growth in population was in part due to the post-World War II boom and subsequent birth of the baby boomer generation. In 1947, the first fire station was constructed and equipped at a cost of $24,000, and the Bloomington Volunteer Fire Department was established with 25 members. The 1950s saw a considerable expansion of the city and its infrastructure, with the city shifting away from its small-town atmosphere and feel. In 1950, because